comes, she comes. Look, we're on. We're on. We're on.
Ha.
On.
Ha.
Hat. All right. You ready, Drew? Let's do it, bud. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Labor Day edition of Morning Scone. You know, the funny thing is, I was doing whiskey and wine last night, and some of y'all were like, "Oh man, no way you're going to be on whiskey. No way you'll be on Morning Scone." Well, lo and behold, here we are. How about them Tigers, y'all? Ugh. How about them Tigers, y'all? 33-17. Whoo! I checked Twitter this morning, and there was a guy. Hang on. There was a guy on Twitter this morning. His name is Brady T. Halsey, and he tweeted me, "I'm not going to let you live it down. You were wrong." To which I replied to Brady T. Halsey, "I picked LSU to win." People are so stupid. This is one thing, doing this job long enough, I've learned, people in many instances hear and remember what they want to hear. The glorious thing about the digital age is that everything is on record. Everything. Every show I've done is recorded, video recorded, that you can't hide from anything you say or write anymore. And now that I write, you got a written record of all that stuff as well. Anyway, so Brady T. Halsey, kick rocks, clown. All right, let's cruise. Hope y'all had a really good evening. Go Tigers! Awesome win, man. Golly, it was an awesome win. We'll talk plenty about it. I'll answer whatever questions y'all got. So fire away. Do me a solid. Hit the share button if you would. Boudreaux's Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Maybe you partied a little too hard yesterday. You need some of this. You know, what do they say about the dog that bit you? Sort of thing. Bloody Mary mix. Get it. Let's say some hellos. Trampus, Jeffrey Richards, good morning. Sean Walsh, Dan Ducote, Chad Heltz, Val Brownie, good morning, Val. Dustin Lane Balelo, good morning. Craig Polk, good morning. Marcus Lee, what's up? My dad's watching, what's up, Deke? Ryan Berry, Ronnie Duga, Craig Sanamaw, Carl Dunn, Chewy, Darren Sixkiller. That's a funny name. It's a good name. Josh Hawley, what's up, y'all? Charlie Gale, Robert Scott, Chewy, not 3 of 16 on third downs. That's horrible. We will talk about that. Rusty Gomez. Let's see. Marcus says Ed had the team well prepared. Give credit where it's due. For sure, we'll get to that. Scott Borch, good morning. Alan Dar, what's up? Bob Kubrick. Kelvin Price, Matthew Hyde, Craig Schillen, what's up? Cole Tracy, we will talk about him indeed. Justin Hutchinson, yo. Bo Major, Trey Dykes, look at y'all. Good to see everybody. Mike, Missy Martin, good to see everybody. Patton Brantley, Travis Nickens, Jeremy Crawford, George Mueller. I'm letting that audience build. Y'all hit the share if you don't mind. Tom Brouillard, Lee Smith, good morning. Eric Saunier, Akeem Williams. My takeaway, Joe Burrow is poised. Jacob Phillips is a beast. Nick Brissett was a surprise. Wide receivers dropped a lot of balls. You about summed it up, Akeem. That's about right, dude. The show's over. Show's over. Chase Bear. I guess the under was the wrong bet. No doubt, huh? You know, it's interesting. Don't you do... Drew. No, what you get you... Hey, you, get out of here. Hey, you. Some things never change, guys. Mama's sleeping. Hey, you. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. Let's see. Deanna Guillory, good morning. Robert Gremion, Josh Petrie. Good to see everybody here. Mo Hubble, good morning. Matthew Shelley. Blue Skies. All right, let's get into it. Steve Halm in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Good to see everybody there, man. Carl, Zach, look at that. That's awesome. Defense looks stacked. Any info on Chaston? You know what? I should have found out about Chasson last night, and I didn't. So late night, obviously, game ended. Jordy and I did Whiskey and Wine. If you have not watched it yet, please, after we're done here, make your way over to the 104.5 ESPN Facebook page or scroll down on mine, and you'll see Whiskey and Wine from last night. That's always fun. Jordy and I give immediate reaction to the game, take a lot of your reaction while we're drinking. So it's fun. Okay. Hurricane Drew, he got y'all. Favorite morning show. Thank you, man. That's very kind. David, we got a QB and a kicker. All right, let's go over. All right, let's get cranking. All right, let's go over some positives. I was happy to hear Jordy was on the air this morning after last night's struggles. Jordy's phone died last night during Whiskey and Wine, and he had originated the feed. So we were about like an hour or whatever in, and it just like went black because his phone died. So lesson learned for next week. But still amazing audience last night. So appreciate everybody. Okay, let's get into it. My good, Cole Tracy. I thought it was going to be a field goal game. That was my prediction, was a 20-17 game. And if you look at it, Miami ended up scoring 17. LSU scored 33, in part because they got a defensive touchdown and then a field goal off of another interception. They had 10 points off of turnovers, which essentially led to that margin. The difference in the margin that I picked. But Cole Tracy 4 for 4. I mean, hit the 54-yarder, which tied the program record. When Ed brought in Greg McMahon is the one that went and found Cole Tracy and said, this is a guy, and they went and got him. And we talked about it yesterday, that LSU had an edge. Both teams had new kickers. Miami with a freshman, Bubba Baxa, who missed one. LSU with Cole Tracy, who went 4 for 4. When you got a turnover, when you had a short field, if you put together a drive where you could get points, you had to get them, and they got them last night. The LSU did not miss a scoring opportunity last night, which was awesome. So Cole Tracy, like A++ for his first outing. I thought third down defense, particularly in the first half, was awesome. Miami was 0 for 6 on third down in the first half. Now, that got a little sketchy in the second half. They were 6 of 10, Miami was, in the second half. So, for third down defense in the first half, very good. Second half, you could tell when LSU got their big lead, they let their guard down all the way around. And that was discouraging in the second half. I thought the Nick Brossette touchdown, the 50-yarder, was awesome for so many reasons. Felt good for Nick getting that run, but that was on that drive that came after they had converted a first down. It was 3rd and 10. Remember, Dylan dropped that ball on a first down. The second down pass was incomplete. Third down, he hits Jefferson on a quick slant for 12 yards. They move the chains. They draw Burrow with a hard count, draws a false start. I'm sorry, that was the false start. So they moved back 5, and then that's whenever Brissett got the 50-yarder. They checked out of a pass play. Go Scone. They checked out of a pass play. If Burrow went to the right side of the line and checked to the left-handed run, because he saw that safety blitz coming. He checked out, went to the run to the left, and it was a great call, man. I mean, that's one of the things that everybody hypes about Burrow, right? Is he's smart, his film study, and that's one of those instances. And I'm sure, look, we're not going to talk to Ed today. We'll talk to him tomorrow. But that's one of those things where you go, you know what? That's sort of that headiness that you wanted in this guy when you got him. Son of a coach, all that stuff we talked about. And it looked like, for last night anyway, it paid off. So that was great play. The other two things, no turnovers, which I told T-Bob, we're doing the pregame show on Eagle or in ESPN, and I said, look, and this is exactly how I said it to him. I said, I don't care if Joe Burrow's stat line is 10 of 25 for 115 yards and no touchdowns. So, literally the only thing that I want to see is a 0 in the turnover column. That's it. That's all I want to see. Because against Manny Diaz's defense, where he is very aggressive and very opportunistic, the way the turnover chain and the sacks and all that stuff happen is you get into a negative down and distance, and they crank up the pressure and force you into a mistake. So it was funny that I told T-Ball, I don't care if he's 10 of 25. Well, he ended up 11 of 24. So, I mean, it was basically for like 140 yards, something like that. It was like right on it. Yeah, 11 of 24 for 140. QBR 56.9. Like, there's a lot of people last night on Whiskey and Wine. I'm sure a lot of people today, they're going to talk about the offense not being great. And there's validity there. Miami outgained LSU. There were drop passes. I felt good for Nick Brossette. I still don't think you have a dynamic runner. Pass protection was iffy. Pass protection was actually not good. 2 sacks and 5 quarterback hurries. Man, and that Miami front is not as good as the one you're going to see in 2 weeks against Auburn or against Mississippi State or Florida or Georgia or Bama. So they got work to do. I mean, it's super exciting that they won in the way they won. I mean, you went to a neutral site, you went away from home, and you just pile drive the top 10 team. That was awesome. But I think the positive thing is Ed has enough, and the coaching staff has enough coming out of that they can point to it on film when they get and watch film and go, like, I know you think you're big shit now because you just won that game, but look at this that we can correct. How about, like, burning every timeout you had in the first 10 minutes of the game? I mean, stuff like that. D. Anderson fumbling. There's things to correct. One more observation. I'll get to your questions. One more observation. Christian Fulton got the start. I felt good for him, and he got picked on. And so did Kelvin Joseph. Actually, the 31-yard touchdown, the last touchdown Miami scored, was right at Kelvin Joseph. That drive was set up by picking on Fulton, where they got 2 DPIs, defensive pass interferences against Fulton. This is something I know you talk about it, but until it happens, it's hard to just illustrate it. But if you watch that game last night, go back. I'm gonna go rewatch it here in a bit. But if you go back and rewatch it, like, literally, how many times Malik Rozier, and I watched this all night, the first thing I looked for defensively, I could say what side was Greedy on. Like, I literally looked at that every single play last night. How many times Malik Rozier walks up to the line, you see Greedy on the left, or whichever side, and he just goes like, hut, and he never looks back this way. He's going to one of his reads on this side or his outlet on the and you're gonna see it all year, man. You're gonna see it all year where teams just, like, Greedy's not gonna have 6 picks this year. Like, he's not statistically gonna have a great year because nobody's gonna throw at him. He's proven his point. Like, they're not throwing at him. Ooh ha, ooh ha. Yeah. You. Hey you. Dad. Hey you. Get out of here. You got a truck? You got a truck? You got a truck? He's carrying around a truck. I don't know why. Drew is carrying around a truck. Okay. Solid choice. Okay. So anyway, Fulton gave up the deep ball on the first possession or the second possession on the double move. Had the 2 pass interferences. He had a really nice play at the goal line where the ball went off his helmet. Remember, they even pointed out on the broadcast, like, he ripped through it. It was a beautiful play. He had nice plays, but he's going to get picked on. Both 22 and 1 are going to get picked on all year. So he's just got to be better. Got to get used to it. All right, that's enough of me. Let's get to you. Andrew said, do you think Miami was overrated or LSU underrated? Miami's definitely not a top 10 team in the country. That's apparent. Their defensive, like, Gerald Willis is a stud, and Johnson is a really good edge player, and their linebackers are really strong. But their defensive line is susceptible. They're small. They're susceptible to the run. Like LSU's offensive line in the running game was able to get push against Miami. And they got athletes on offense. Give LSU's defense credit. Like LSU's defense is really good. I mean, so the answer to your question is both, obviously. Hey Drew. Akeem said the numbers didn't show how good Joe is. I completely disagree with you. Like, your numbers are what you are. That's just the reality of it. Hey, what's the matter? What's the matter, baby? What's the matter? Wait. Hang on. Why is that? Sorry, y'all. Sorry about that. So the thing. So here, I agree with you in this end. Burrow did what he needed to do to win the game. He made some really nice throws. He made smart decisions with the football. All that's fine. And you can win a lot of games like that. You can't win the big games, the biggest games on your schedule, and you know which ones I'm talking about. With that, at some point, you're what? You really gotta stop doing that. Hey, you. He's saying get out of here. He's trying to imitate me say get out of here. Hey, you. Get out of here. You, get out of here. So anyway, at some point you're gonna need you need your quarterback to be a dude, like to take over a game. And we'll see. The other thing, and I don't want to, I thought Jefferson was great last night. I think Chase needs to be playing instead of Giles. If you're just putting your three best on the field, give me Jefferson, Chase, and Marshall. I mean, we've heard the Jonathan Giles hype for so long now, and every time we get a chance to see it, it's not there. So, anyway, Blake said, Matt, have you seen Tyler Shelvin Trevez Moore on social media? I did not. Your comment just scrolled past. Sorry, I noticed they didn't play, so I'll go look it up though. Chewy said Devin White is a beast. That he is. Great job last night on Whiskey and Wine. Thank you, Carl. Blake Middleton, Leroy Blanchard, good morning. How advantageous is it to have a grad transfer quarterback that only has to spend a couple hours on classes online a week? He basically said he did college at Ohio State, and now this is his job. Same thing happened with Mettenberger in his final season. I remember seeing Zach a couple of times going into and if you remember that Zach's final semester at LSU, he had one online course he had to take to graduate. And so like his full-time job basically was football. Now you can't, you're limited to the number of hours per week you can work with coaches, but he can go up whenever he wants to the building and look at film and all that stuff. So Zach would he'd go get a Starbucks, a big Starbucks, flip-flops and all, and he would just walk into football ops 8 and he'd be there all day. And that's in 13. I mean, that's in part why he had such an awesome year. So to your question, it absolutely matters. When you can spend just all of your time doing that like it's your job, for sure. Lawrence Steele, good morning. Chuck Sanchez, Nathan Nall, Blaine Allen, 2D Rivera, good morning, y'all. Blake, is there AFR today? Yes. And by the way, Jordy and T-Bob are on right now. So all of our shows are on. I mean, day after the first game, you better believe we're all on. So even if you're not working, you're not going to be in the car, you can't listen, pull up our video stream and watch us, or watch us on CST at your house today. If you're hanging out just grilling or hanging out in the pool or whatever you're doing, watch us today. So watch AFR, we're on. We'll be doing it's just wall-to-wall this. So hopefully y'all join us. Jamie Levine, let's see, lots to like. Hopefully we have massive improvement from week 1 to 2 with the O-line and drop passes. I need an update also on McGee, who started the game, and he got injured on the. By the way, the officiating crew. Like when Burrow threw that pass 20 yards after he got hit, and they said it was a fumble, like the scoop and score, and they had to go review it. Give me a break. But it was that play, the next play after that is where McGee got injured, and then Traore went in and brought Traore. Where was the play? I'm looking for the play. I don't know if I charted it. Anyway, there was one play when Traore it was like his first series in the game. Man, I don't see it. Anyway, I mean, Bedora blocks down, and the defensive end just went whoop and crushed Burrow. And I'm like, I mean, that like said it so much last week. Like, I'm okay with whoever's at right tackle because you can give help, but that's one of those instances where they didn't get help and they damn near got Burrow killed. They just got to be better there. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, you went and recruited the guy who's the number one JUCO offensive tackle in the country. He's got to be better. He just has to be. Let's see. Sid Durbin, Andrew LaFleur, good morning. Joseph Roy, good morning. Jimmy Vadrine, what's up? Aaron Hawkins, let's see. Do you have a number on how many times Delpit blitzed from the safety spot? I don't. But I know they like that with Delpit. They like that with Jacoby Stevens, too. You know what, another positive from last night, another takeaway? By my count, Greedy, Kelvin Joseph, Christian Fulton, Kerry Vincent, Grant Delpit, John Battle, Jacoby Stevens, Todd Harris, Terrence Alexander. They played 9 defensive backs in that game last night. And they never dropped off. Like, they got a lot of dudes back there. I'm still, like, Kelvin Joseph, Christian Fulton, those dudes need to step it up. I mean, they made some nice plays, but they're going to get picked on. They got to be better than they were. But they got a lot of bodies back there. Justin Babin, Jeremy Morgan, what's up, cuz? Carl, was that a little interim Coach O? He had a little more passion. Didn't like him using all the money. You know what was interesting too? In the second quarter in a 10-3 ball game, going for it twice on fourth down, where if you don't convert, you give Miami a short field and potentially tie the game. He saw his opening. But you know what, man? Ever since last year, I mean, his last decision of the season last year was deciding to kick a field goal from the 1-yard line in a bowl game against Notre Dame when you got Darius Geis in the backfield. And he got crushed for it all offseason. And he deserved to get crushed for it because it was a bitch call. Excuse me, but it was. It was it's a bowl game. You got Darius Geis. You need a yard. Like, score a touchdown and win the game and go home. Anyway, so first opportunity he had yesterday to go for it, fourth and short, went for it and got it. Great run by Brissett, by the way, which is his run on 4th and 1, where he went left side, ran into a wall, kind of like stutter stepped left, found a seam and got low and got through that seam. Bro, that was as impressive as any run he had. And then they went for it again, and Burrow hard counted him and got him to jump. Yeah, good for Ed, man. Good for being aggressive, you know. Dustin, Richard, and Devin White are first-rounders, no doubt. Devin White is. I don't know about Richard. Richard played well. Don't misunderstand me. He played well. But I think what you're going to see, just wait. Keep watching the SEC this year. Like, Derek Brown at Auburn is better than Rashard Lawrence. Raekwon Davis at Alabama is better than Rashard Lawrence. I'm not saying Rashard's a bad player, but, like, Montez Sweat and Jeffrey Simmons are better than Rashard. Like, the defensive linemen in this league this year are absurd. Like, it's not a knock because I think Rashard's a really good player and he impacts the game in a lot of ways. The defensive lines in the SEC this year are absurd. Let's see one about Aranda's blitzers, ton of free rushers. Yeah, what were the sack numbers? I want to see the sack numbers. Hang on. I think they got 2 sacks last night. Chasson had 1. And then they split one with Fehoko. Let's see. Yeah, 2 sacks, 8 tackles for loss. They had 5 quarterback hurries. So 2 sacks and 5 quarterback hurries. No, I'm sorry. That's on LSU. I'm sorry. That's wrong. LSU had 4 sacks defensively. 4 sacks and 5 quarterback hurries. I was about to say, that sounded more like it. So, yeah, I mean, you average 4 sacks in a game this year, you'll lead the country in sacks. I mean, yeah, I'd love to see that, man. It was awesome. All right, let's see. Get back to y'all's comments. Appreciate y'all for watching. Boudreaux's, remember Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix. Pick it up. And they do ship. So if you're out of Baton Rouge, boudreauxmix.com, boudreauxmix.com. Or if you're in Baton Rouge, you can find out where they sell at boudreauxmix.com. This is Drew's house for all visitors. We need some Drew FaceTime. Yeah, speaking of the devil. Hey, come see, bud. Everybody wants to say hi to you. Can you come see?
Abba.
Abba.
D.
Come see.
D.
E.
L.
F.
T.
G.
A.
H. I. J. K. 1. We're counting now. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Yay! Why are you whispering? Yay! Yay for Drew. Counted to 10. You counted to 10 and now you're upset? No. Let's see. Drew Stealth Tech. Turnover towel, Patrick. That was funny, man. When they went turnover towel. Hey. What do you do? What is that? Hey, go watch your show. Hey, go watch your ducks. No, what are you doing? Hey, go watch your ducks. Hey, go watch your ducks. Lily. Hey, go watch the ducks. Okay, go watch the ducks. We'll see you later. Okay. He's watching some cartoon, like 5 Little Ducks. I don't know. David Childers, good morning. All right, let's see. Now, that's true. Casey said Burrow kept his eyes downfield against a heavy pass rush. That's true. Like, that was super. His poise, pocket presence, all was very, very impressive. Carrie said, Collado and OTB said both made posts indicating looking at other schools. Oh, okay. Well, would understand why they didn't explain why they didn't play. Patrick, injury reports at LSU. Not that I've seen this morning. I can make a call, and I should have done it before I came on here, so my apologies. But I'll have it on AFR for sure by 3 o'clock. Paul Hollowell, good morning. Brittany Delahousse, good morning. Philip Roberts, Aranda's not playing around this year. It was fun, man. If there was one big takeaway I had defensively, it was just their speed and aggression. Like, I can live with mental mistakes in week 1. Like, it's early, it's gonna happen. What you can't accept is not having great energy. Bro, that defense was just flying the entire game. Like, hang on. Anyway, I thought like the defensive speed and energy, just the athleticism on defense was encouraging, man. Because they got, like, you know what I was thinking when I'm watching? I was thinking to myself, like, this defense in space can handle Alabama's athletes. That's what I thought. Like, now they need a deeper defensive line rotation, because they didn't play a lot of guys on the defensive line last night. For as much as people have talked about how good this line will be, after the front 3 and then Neil Farrell, I mean, we didn't really see anybody. So, you're going to need more guys when you go to Auburn at 2:30 and 90-degree weather. Certainly when you play Alabama. All right, let's see. Patrick says, there was a play they didn't blow a whistle and a Miami player got hurt scrambling for the ball. We're talking about the officials. They were terrible, dude. They were so bad. Rodgers, are they going to keep starting Giles because they gave him number 7? I don't know, man. I don't think you do it just hey. Yeah. But and I'm not trying to crap on the kid, but at some point you got to produce, right? Seat. Like, clearly Jefferson is the guy. You find this a lot, too. Quarterbacks will develop a rapport with a guy. I remember Jarvis saying this. When Mettenberger signed with LSU, he would... excuse me. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay, he did it.
See.
Would you please stop doing that?
See.
I wish you would find a new game instead of knocking this camera over. Seat? What about the seat?
Mana.
Did you ride in the seat in the truck last night?
Mana.
Okay. Jarvis. Remember Jarvis, when Mettenberger first transferred in, Jarvis, and this was when they were both backups in 2011, Jarvis would look at the receiver line and the quarterback line, and he would always skip or go behind whoever to make sure every rep he took in practice was with Mettenberger. Because he knew when he played, Mettenberger was going to be quarterback in 12 and 13. So he wanted every rep possible with him to develop that timing. And so you see a lot of times receivers and quarterbacks will develop rapport. And I think Jefferson and Burrow have that right now. And excuse me, I was a play. I mean, just before. So remember the sequence. LSU gets a field goal to tie it. Or Miami got the field goal and tied it. LSU has to punt. That was when Burrow got hit on the scoop and score that wasn't, that they had to review. LSU punts. They hold Miami. LSU gets the ball back. That was they have the personal foul against Miami when Burrow got hit. It was the play where he threw it and it went right off the Miami guy's hands. It should have been an interception, but they hit Burrow late, and so they had 15 yards. The next play after that was the slant to Dillon that he dropped. Then Burrow rolled right through an incomplete pass. And so it's 3rd and 10, right? You're in a tie ball game. It's still tight. It's first quarter. You've used all of your timeouts already. You've used all of your timeouts. It's 3rd and 10. And so it's like, where do you go? Well, he went to Jefferson on a quick slant for 12 yards, got the first down. The next play, Brissett hits the 50-yard touchdown run. It feels like when they need a play, he's going to Jefferson. That's where he's looking first. Rah. Walk. Robert. D. Haw. Home. What are you saying? Ha. Haw. I don't know what you're saying. That was sweet. Thank you, baby. Won't me a kiss. Okay. Wide receivers need to hit the jugs machine hard. Look at this. No pants. No pants. Wouldn't it be awesome in life just to walk around with no pants ever? Just walk around. I don't need any pants. I have pants. Who needs pants? Just walk around. Marcus Guidry, can you make morning scone and whiskey and wine available in podcast form? I'd love to do that. The problem I have right now is executing that because I'd have to record it in real time and then upload it. Let me work on it. If there's a way I can do it, absolutely. She can work on it. What? No, don't. Drew, stop doing that. Baby, we're going to stop doing this. We're going to stop doing that. That's not funny anymore.
See. Mana.
Mana. I know. Mana. Okay. Michael Moore, good morning. Adam Tower, what's up? Mike Vaccaro. Sid, agree that Miami had some real men. Don't, Drew, stop. No. Stop. No. Baby, stop doing that. Stop, baby. It's okay. Stop.
Ha. See.
Yeah. Drew. Stop doing that, baby. Okay, stop. Now he's upset. It's okay, baby. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Hey, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Outside. We'll go outside in a little bit. Okay. I'm glad y'all think it's funny. Kenneth wasn't impressed with the O-line at all. They struggled, man. Let's see, lots of drop balls by wideouts. That was a problem. You certainly had 19 dropped one, Dylan. 6 dropped one on the first drive, Marshall. I need to start charting drops. I'll chart the drops. I'll do that. I'm going to go back. When we're done here, I'm going to go watch it again. I'll chart the drops. Not that mine's official in any way, but I'll chart it. Jimmy Campbell, good morning. Drew predicts 10 when he counts to 10. Y'all aren't the first ones to point that out when he counts to 10. Has Robert won it? No, he's not watching Robert yet this morning. He's watching some little baby bum, some weird like CGI duck show, like these ducks, 5 little ducks. Hey, Faye Foster, good morning. Kevin Dees, good morning. Dustin Bolello, future Catholic High grad, yeah. Let's see. Hoot Palmario, good morning, Hoot. Ben Giat, good morning. Kenneth Westbrook, how about Nichols beating up on Kansas? Talked about it yesterday. Awesome. I love seeing the in-state schools do well. And Tim Rebow has, considering how bad Nichols was 4 years ago, like not just like an FCS school, like a bad FCS school, to turn them into, Kansas is terrible. Kansas is probably the worst Power 5 school in the country. Went on the road and beat them. Good for you, man. Let's see. Jackson Molly say hello to Drew. Very cool. Johnny Englert, what's up? Let's see. Emily Guidros. Emily, good morning. Driving back from the beach. Husband driving wants to know, was Miami overrated? Was LSU underrated? Talked about this a little bit ago. For sure, Miami's defensive line is not great, and that's going to be a major issue for them. That's not the 8th best team in the country, but Miami's a good team. They've got tons of skill guys, as you saw, and a veteran quarterback, and a lot of talent in linebacker and secondary. They got a turnover-prone quarterback, man. They got a quarterback that hit when they got in trouble last year. He made mistakes, and LSU forced him in mistakes. Flip side of it is LSU defensively, I think, is really good, and I still don't feel like we have great answers about LSU's offense. I liked that Burrow could move the ball and be competent throwing, but 11 of 24 for 140 is still what it is. I mean, Yet you got outgained in the game. You had 296. I just don't. I think LSU's recipe that's still just gonna be LSU's recipe to win like that is play great defense, win special teams. That's one thing we haven't talked about. Before the first quarter was over, we saw every special teams unit from LSU. Avery Atkins, awesome on kickoffs. There was only one that wasn't a touchback. It was when he squibbed it. Kick returns, except for the one where Clyde sort of stuttered at the goal line. Kick returns were really good. Giles had a beautiful punt return on the one that Fiegels boomed. Giles caught it over his shoulders, 22-yard return up the middle. Punt coverage, also on the punt return, they blocked or tipped the first one of the game, gave him great field position. And I thought Von Rosenberg was really good in the punt game, and Groudon as well. Groudon damn near down one inside the 5, but Chasson, remember, like he tried to down it at the 1 and bounced off his hands into the end zone. Otherwise, that would have been down at the 1. So, I thought special teams were awesome. John said, any word on Shelvin? Some people say he's tweeting that he's considered an option. So, didn't play last night. So, see Joe Juba. Good morning. Everett Himmel, good morning. Chewy, see the O-line's got to get a lot better between now and the Auburn game. Is there a solution to improve? Scheme, Chewy, I mean, your guys are what they are. Gerald Willis dominated the interior, man. Like, you saw 9 everywhere in that game. And that's not a good sign for a guy like Cushenberry. But, the questions you had with Cushenberry and Traore, right tackle, man, kind of stole your question. On the flip side, go back and watch Brissett's second touchdown. After the Chase catches the ball at the 1, they rule him out at the 1, even though it was a touchdown. They put it at the 1, LSU hurries up to the line. They give it to Brissett left side, he scores. Go back and watch that play. Sadiq Charles, as he was all game, was on an island by himself. He's got an end, and then they bring a second defender up outside of the end. Sadiq Charles engages, kicks open, and blocks both guys, and Brissett went right inside of him. Brissett went right, like, Miami had the right defense called because they had 2 on 1, and all they had to do was just get one guy around to plug that gap, and Brissett's tackled for a loss, and Sadiq Charles blocks 2 men, and Brissett gets in. It was, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm going to keep talking about this guy because Sadiq Charles is a stud. Like, I get why Trey Smith from Tennessee, who was a 5-star, gets all the love, and he's great. And I get why, Greg Little from Ole Miss, who's a 5-star, it's going to be a first-round pick, gets all the love, and he's going to be great. I'm telling you, Sadiq Charles is an NFL tackle. I don't know if he'll play left or right in the NFL, but he's definitely, like, I think he'd be a top 100 pick now. Wait another year and see what he looks like. Like, LSU has a stud left tackle right now. Like, they do. They've got a legit star left tackle in the making right now with Sadiq. Earl, Matt, love your show. AFR, thank you, man. Any major injuries last night? It looked like Battle went out with cramps. Greedy went out with the shoulder injury. They checked him and he went back in. McGee went out as well. The one that looked serious was Chasson, and I have not gotten an update on that. Mom. It's so funny. Jason Marshall, we finally got a kicker. Yeah, you do, man. He was awesome last night. Let's see. James Pujol, Jamie Hodges, good morning. Carrie, morning, Scone. Morning Scone would be tough to listen on podcasts. Yeah, probably. Because I do a lot of this. I do a lot of the interacting with y'all. But who knows? A lot of people tell me that they listen to this in their car. They just fire up the feed and they just listen in the car. James Dean, Tim Davis, good morning. Blake McGraw, good morning. Just went over injuries. OBS Studio for recording. That's a program? It's not. I'll check into it, James. Thanks, man. Uh-oh. home, home.
D.
D, E, E. What are you doing, you goofy child? I'm glad y'all think it's funny, man. Craig Schillen has like Morning Drew. He's got enough B-roll already to do a 5 of them. Don't make Drew cry. I wasn't making Drew cry. He's fine. 2 DBs drop picks. Jamie looked as though my Spartan Cushenberry played solid last night. I thought Cushenberry went to Dutchtown. He was at Griffin. Went to Dutchtown. He played okay. He had trouble with 9, but Willis. 9's a stud. Andrew said without the drops, Burrow's stat line is more impressive. Yeah, it is, but the drops were there. Your offense is what it is. I mean, I understand your point, but like you are what you are. I mean, there were drops. You can't have that. So, Trey Dykes, I liked your comparison, 22 to Warwick Dunn style. I like the 2 different running styles of 22 and 4. Yeah, and to be clear, and I just want to clarify that. I don't think Clyde is Warwick Dunn, but it's that style, and you kind of see it. He's shifty. He'll make guys miss. He's low to the ground and can run with power. He's got top end track speed. If you ever see him I can't wait for you all to see Clyde in the open field because he hasn't really gotten that chance yet, but he's going to. And when he does, that's when you're going to go, oh, that's what Scone was talking about. I think he caught a screen pass last year against A&M and went like 35 yards, and that was like really the one time in his college career that you got to see it. But you're going to see it this year, trust me, and you're going to go, oh, okay, I got it now. Maybe this weekend's Southeastern. Miami haven't been relevant for over a decade. All of a sudden, they surpassed LSU. The hate is really real. What? Miami won 10 games. Miami was 10-1 last year. They lost to Clemson, who was one of the best teams in the country, and lost the bowl game. Mason, lack of third down efficiency concerning moving forward. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm trying to think of specific, but you know what? Too. Don't. Hey, you better stop doing that. You better stop doing that. All right, there. See, I was nicer that time. You're like, don't be mean to him. Like my wife. All right, how much longer are we going to go here? It's been about an hour, y'all. Y'all still hanging with us, huh? All right. Man. Good morning from Atlanta. What's up, y'all? Travis Nickens. Did the offense get conservative in the second half? Absolutely. They got too conservative too early. The criticism that people are like, hey, you'd love to see him put it away. I get it. I do. I get it. They went... LSU went 3-and-out punt, kicked the field goal to go up 33. The Battle got the interception. After Battle got the interception, that's when they hit the 54-yarder. So that's when they went up 33-3. Miami scored 33-10, and LSU never did anything on offense the rest of the night. Punt. Yeah. So after the Battle interception, they were up 33-3. They were like, done, mail it in. I'm surprised none of y'all have asked about Brennan. Jordy and I talked about it a bunch last night on Whiskey and Wine. I think tomorrow at the press conference, I'm going to ask Ed if they have a plan to, like, if it is their plan to redshirt Brennan. Because it would have seemed like last night would have been an opportunity to get him in. And if that's their plan, I totally get it. I just think that's going to be hard to do. you're going to be up. You're going to be up 40 on Southeastern in the third quarter on Saturday. You're not going to put Brendan in because you want to redshirt him? You don't have another scholarship quarter. It's not like you can run McMillan out there to go finish the game. You're going to run Andre Sale out there to finish the game? I think you'll have, you don't want Burrow out there in the fourth quarter of a blowout. I get the strategy of trying to redshirt him. You can play him 4 games and redshirt him. I get the strategy. I think it's going to be difficult to execute that. And given that, I'd rather just play the kid. Here's a comment. Who is this? Anthony. Heard a lot of criticism about how they outgained LSU. You can't outgain them when they give you a short field almost every time. So conceptually, I understand, but the difference in the starting field position was like 13 yards. It was like the 36 and the 23. So I hear you, but that's not really legit. LSU had their offense was at like 1 in the first half. I think they were right around 1. God dog it, I didn't write it down. I don't have the box score, like the full box on me. Well, hang on. Let me see if I can find the first half stats. I think LSU was in the 190 range of offense in the first half, which is great, right? But they just did nothing in the second half. They gained 100 yards of offense in the second half. Let's see if it's posted. Hang on. It's not going to show it, is it? Doggone it. No, it's not going to show halftime stats. Well, drive sharp by quarter. I could do some quick math. So LSU had. All right, LSU had 22, 1, 72, 100, 58. Yeah, but they were seat. 158. Yes, they were a little less. They were a little less than 200 yards in the first half, which was solid. It's just they did nothing in the second half, which was concerning. Is that it? Did someone just post that? Yep. So I think one of y'all probably did this. One of y'all watching me here. So someone just tweeted me the Sadiq Charles play. Yep. That's it, dude. There it is.
Quack.
The block on the two, isn't it? Quack. All right, let's see. Matt, is there AFR today? Yes, there is AFR today. All of our shows are on today, so very much looking forward to being on. Chris, hey Matt, listen to you every day. Have you talked to Wright about Nick yet? I know he was hurt when you said you had questions about him. Have not talked to Ryan yet, no. And I felt, like, for the record, I felt so good for Nick Brissett yesterday, man. With all that guy's been through, man, with the third string running back talk, and then the good not great talk, and he had a great day yesterday. Good for him, man. Mike Edwards, how does LSU's front seven match up with the SEC O lines? LSU's linebackers are going to be fine, and I think Lawrence and Fehoko can absolutely play. I don't know if they have depth yet, because they didn't show it last night. The only backups that played were Ed Alexander and Neil Farrell. Like, that was it. So, I mean, you played 5 defensive linemen last night. I mean, I'd like to see 7. I'd love to see 9, but I mean, you got to be able to play those guys and not see a drop off. But you didn't even get them in the game last night. So, did you see Nick Saban apologizing for his comment to the reporter? I did. Curry ran hard. He did. Ogeron is not just a shrimp boat captain anymore. I have always found that resentful anyway, the people that would characterize him as such. Let's see, trivia. Defense. Scott, what you make of Leonard starting? Scott, you know what that was, man? I said this last night on Whiskey and Wine. That was Ed giving a big double bird to everybody, is what that was. Who speculated about who would start at running back and all that talk all off season. That's exactly what that was. Um, Leonard Fournette getting the start, and they threw him the ball on the first play. That was like, hey, bleep you, by the way. Anyway, Tony, great win. However, Miami was overrated. True, and LSU's underrated, for sure. If you just look at the most impressive wins of the weekend, Auburn beating Washington, Notre Dame beating Michigan, LSU beating Miami. 3 best wins of the weekend. What? What was that? Ball. Pre. 6. Seat. Okay. Kirk Taylor offensive line played better than expected. Need better pass pro and finishing drives in the red zone. Need 6, not 3 at Auburn. I agree with that. Got right? What? Robert. What? Seat. Seat. 6. Seat. Okay. Outside. We'll go outside in a little bit. Day's just about done. We gotta be done. It's 8:30. Been there a long time. Darren Pellegrin, what's up? Jason Meigs, by the way. Boudreaux's Bloody Mary Mix, Margarita Mix, boudreauxmix.com. Y'all go order it online, boudreauxmix.com. They will ship it to you, boudreauxmix.com. Good morning, Matt. Burrow and Brissett played well. Do you think they'll fare against tough SEC defenses? Getting a lot of that. I think LSU's pass defense, their pass protection, has me concerned, especially after I saw how good Auburn was up front, how good Bama was up front, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi State, knowing what they have on their defensive lines. That worries me. Hopefully they iron out whatever they got to next week against Southeastern, and they get ready to go to Auburn, man. Auburn's defensive front with Derek Brown and those guys is really, really good against Washington. So I want to see. Now, a good thing for LSU, though, is LSU's defensive front's really good, and Auburn's offensive line struggled. Seat. Going for an hour, no, right? Get through this quick, guys, when we wrap this up. Put Kirkland in there. I think if he were ready, they'd have played him. Nathan, I feel they didn't trust the quarterback once they got the lead. Try to pour it on. I don't know, man. Like, you trust him in big spots. You run him out there. I mean, I'll grant you it was 33-3, late in the third. So I guess part of me understands. Hey, let's not do anything dumb, but at the same time, how many passes they had after that? That's all good chart too. See, this is all the stuff I do. Like during the day, I go chart. Like, all right, how many? You go in the play-by-play. You go, okay, well, like after they got it 33-3, how many pass plays did they have? So LSU had LSU up 33-3. Let's see. 1 sack. 2 2. After LSU went up 33-3, they had 2 pass attempts. Now, Burrow was sacked on one play as well, so there was 3 dropbacks, but that's it. After they went up 33-3, they just took the air out of the ball. So I get it. All right, Joe, let's wrap this thing up. Oh, that's cool. Ronnie said, passed by Texas Children's on the way to Arlington last night. Prayers for Drew. Thanks so much, man. Texas Children's is awesome, man. Well, I guess which you went through Houston, saw the medical center? Or was it like a different there's so many different campuses they got, but you might have passed it on if you were going west, like on 10, like through Katy, that'd have been their west campus. or if you went like through the medical center in Houston, like on 59. Anyway, all right. He's to you. Hey, whoa, don't. Oh, he's grabbing his button.
Quack.
What?
Quack.
Quack. Okay, let's wrap this up, y'all. We will be on for AFR today at 3. Hope to see y'all there. If you missed Whiskey and Wine last night, please go check it out. That helps tremendously. Hey, we got to go Venture Belly. Huh? Why are you grabbing that? C. Okay. Go buy some Boudreaux. Y'all have an awesome Labor Day. We'll talk to you on the radio today at 3. Later. Peekaboo.